Terraria's physics don't make any sense. In fact, they're pretty wacky. Now, you may be asking, what is Terraria? Well, Terraria is a game... The Terrarian is made stupidly powerful because of Terraria's wacky physics, and I'm going to show you why. So, let's jump right in. We'll start simple by finding the strength of the Terrarian by how much they are able to hold in their inventory. Now, we'll use thrones to find that. Thrones made out of platinum bars, since they are denser than gold. Now, we first have to find the mass of a platinum bar to then find the mass of thrones. And to find the mass of the platinum bar, you first got to get their volume. Now, every block in Terraria is 0.6 meters by 0.6 meters. Their volume is 0.23 cubic meters, and the density of a platinum bar is 21,450 kilograms per meter cubed. So, you multiply the density by the volume to get 4,933.5 kilograms. With that mass in mind, we are able to find the mass of a singular throne. Now, a throne will stack to 9,999. There are 50 slots in your inventory. You can fill every single one with an entire stack of thrones. But that's not where it ends. There's also the garbage slot, but I'm not counting that because, like the voices, it's not real. There are also 4 additional extended inventories that can be used. The Void Vault, the Safe, the Piggy Bank, and the Defender's Forge. All of them holding 40 slots each. Now, with space allocated for these in my inventory, I am now holding 206 stacks of thrones, each stack weighing 1,479,901,999 kilograms each. The combined masses of all of the thrones in every bit of inventory equals up to 304,859,810,970 kilograms. Note that the Statue of Liberty only weighs 204,100 kilograms. Strength isn't the only thing the Terrarian has. They're also pretty darn durable. They can fall from a great height and survive with taking no damage. With the Lucky Horseshoe, that is. But that's not important. What's important is that they are able to survive, with seemingly no harm done. Now, the measurements aren't exactly known, but it's very likely that the Terrarian's height is 1.7 meters and that their mass is 68 kilograms. The Terrarian's terminal velocity is 22.8 meters per second, and their landing time is 0.04 seconds. So every time they land, it exerts a force of about 38,760 newtons, which is equivalent to the force of 1 ton of TNT. Now, if we take what we just did and add the mass of all the thrones as well, the force of the impact is 1.74 times 10 to the 14th newtons, which is the force of 19 kilotons of TNT. The Terrarian is a pretty darn good jumper, with every jump being around 0.51 seconds in time, with the velocity being 7.3 meters per second. It's especially impressive when the acceleration due to gravity is 42.5 meters per second squared. The force exerted for the Terrarian to jump is the same force exerted for when they land. So, why don't we find what their power is? The jump power of the Terrarian is equal to that of their average velocity times their jumping force, which is equal to 1.5 million watts of power. The average American household uses 10,791,000 watts of power per year, and every time the Terrarian takes a jump, they are using 1/10 of that power. Now, if we do the exact same calculation but factor in all the thrones, we get a power output of 7.07 times 10 to the 15 watts. I'm not quite sure how many American households use that much power per year, but it's at least 3. Speed is where things start to get absolutely insane. Using various different speed buffs, I am able to reach a speed of 263 miles per hour, or 117.57 meters per second. It's pretty fast. With moving at such a speed, if the Terrarian were to come into contact with almost anything, it would be instantly vaporized due to the force output being 199,869 newtons. If we are to do the same calculation, but with thrones in mind again, the force would be 8.96 times 10 to the 14th newtons. The energy released in that collision would be 2.11 times 10 to the 15 joules. An explosion comparable to the Ivy King, which was the largest pure fission weapon tested by the US. Keep in mind, it only takes 4,000 newtons of force to break a bone in the human body. Now, you'd have to assume with all that running, the Terrarian is burning quite a lot of calories, and you'd be right. In fact, they're burning 5.04 times 10 to the 11 calories every time they run. Now, in order to regain all those lost calories, we'll have to go with one of the most decadent options, bacon cheeseburgers from Five Guys. Now, it's going to take a lot of them. In fact, it's going to take 547,373,431 burgers. Better get munching. So, in the end, what's there to take away from this? Well, be afraid.